So I am Jim Bruner, a futurist farmer and alpha animal at Mezzacello Urban Farm. And this is my senior intern, Amaya G.
We're here to talk about leadership and mentorship and like being an intern.
Indeed. So without further ado, let's begin. I have presented on here before with the gift, and every time I do it, I learn something new about myself. This time I get to learn something new about someone who's very, very special to me. They are one of the brightest young people I know and someone I trust implicitly with everything I do here at Mezzacello. And they are 12 and they're sitting next to me. So the white arrow next to the text you can read on YouTube is Amaya. And this is how the internship project at Mezzacello came about. We had this thing called COVID and nobody could be in the same place. So all of my camps became virtual. And then one day they didn't. And I had no teachers. But I knew I had brilliant young people. And so I contacted Amaya's parents and Aria's parents and 3 other parents, and they all agreed, yes, we will do this. And so I trained them. Oh, by the way, can you hear us well? Good. We have microphones on because we're that serious about this. We train them, I train them to become subject matter experts on bioengineering, biochemistry, biotechnology, and renewable energy. And they taught, and they did a great job. And I, again, like I say to Amaya, and she looks at me sideways, I have receipts. I have camps that have been run by kids that really matter. So the first lesson I learned was that not every kid is confident. That was surprising to me because I've spent most of my life now as an adult, and I have forgotten what it's like to be a powerless individual, a salt miner, as I call them, who can't make their own decisions. And it was important for me to learn how young people think about making decisions. So we created this thing called Leadership Roulette, and it was a program that we wrote, Jake, in JavaScript that would run an array to pick a random number between 0 and 11. There were 12 kids in the camp. One time there were 16, so it was 0 to 15. And whatever number came up, that number that was randomly assigned to that kid, they had to lead. And to my shock and horror, some of them could not do it. And I don't understand why. And so when I did it again, I did it with young people that I knew could do it, even if they didn't believe they could. I knew they could. So there was no leadership roulette. It was, here's the weapon, go. So basic definitions. Amaya, you're going to do these.
Mentorship, internship, and leadership.
What is mentorship?
Mentorship was like you giving me advice and like getting trained and then like seeing all that in action.
And how did you mentor?
I helped like teach the kids and I mentored them into becoming interns.
Were any of them afraid?
Many.
What did you do with that fear?
Just you have to convert it into like excitement and like positive energy.
Yes, you go next. Hit the key. So this is Amaya working with one of my professional teachers, which my insurance company required, to come up with a strategy for building paper airplanes that were more efficient and could avoid obstacles, which is the vertical garden here. So go ahead. Each one has a picture.
So internship, I'm an intern. I'm still an intern, even though I'm like the senior intern. I do the same stuff. And basically what we do is help lead the kids, even though we are their age. And I think it's a lot better to learn from their own age to see, oh, maybe if I pay attention, I can do that one day. Maybe it does matter.
This is Amaya doing her dues.
Aria.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aria doing, all your names are very similar. But she's pulling basically twice her body weight using a simple machine, which I think is really impressive. Sorry, Amaya, you deserve better than that. Go ahead.
And then leadership. Leadership and mentorship and internship are all pretty much the same thing. It's just different points along that journey. So I was also a leader. Everyone in this camp could be a leader. They had to teach like their parents about the camp. They got to like show their parents around the camp. And we all became leaders, and we all are leaders.
Can you take a moment and tell people what's happening in this video or this picture up here with you under the tent?
The top right picture is me basically telling everyone, get up here, you gotta present too.
And you guys, they built this canopy in 40 minutes. I gave them the materials. Amaya directed everyone to where they needed to go. We did it once, it was a disaster. We did it again, it was done. Go ahead. And I just love this picture. So this is almost all Amaya. So I'm going to let you read through it.
Leadership is not control. So however much you want to believe it, you as a leader cannot be doing everything. You can't control everyone. You have to give them a chance to become a leader. You have to give them a chance to teach. And that's how you become a better leader and a better person. And it's like a skill that can be trained. It can be taught. Not everyone is a leader, but they can become one.
We're on a video call. So as the face of Mezzacello, the one question I get from everyone is this one.
They're kids.
Are you
How
under,
can they do this?
are you under coercion right now? Or is this something you want to do?
This is something I want to do.
So the fact that she's 12, that they are 12, and that I am 54 is irrelevant. We're both geniuses in our own way, and everyone has this in them. So I'm sorry, I love this picture. This is when I first met Amaya, and I can't see it because all of my co-host faces are in front of it, but there are 4 people around this table trying to figure out how to build a dome out of toothpicks and gummy drops. And it worked, but it took a minute. And they had to work together. There was no way. So becoming anything requires 5 things: growth, failure, discomfort, practice, confidence. Everything ends in confidence. Because if you've done it once and it was wrong, you're not going to do it again. That is the opposite coin of confidence, is experience. So this is the law of sustainability, which is very precious to me, as Amaya knows. It is something that I came up with, a mathematical equation. It's 3 things that you give willingly. Oh my God, this sounds like a Voldemort spell. 3 things that are given willingly, and 8 positive things that you get out of it. And the way that you manage this is you balance it over the natural number phi, which is a ratio of 1 to 1.618. And then it can't grow too fast. Nature has systems built into it that won't let it grow too fast. It's important that it not grow too fast. Then it changes to the natural number e and becomes an infection. And we don't want that. We want sustainability. The other thing that I learned from working with young people this year with interns, and especially working with Amaya and Aria in training, is that humans, all humans, regardless of how old they are emotional, social, experiential quantum supercomputers. They work on emotion, they work on fear, they work on hope, they work on joy, and they thrive on it. But it's all in that moment. Hands-on really matters. So my theory is cage them at your own risk, because the moment you cage children is the moment they stay children and never step up. And I am blessed that Amaya is willing and able and killing it, stepping up. This is the future I want to live in and with. Any questions?
Jim, yes, you talk about this Mezzacello farm.
Yeah.
Can you tell people where your farm is? And
Jake, I suck at this because I don't want to seem like I'm bragging, but
no,
Mezzacello.
no, wait. Okay, you're doing great things. It's all true. It's not bragging. Okay, and Amaya, if he says anything that isn't true, you stop him. Okay.
That's fair. That's fair. So where is Mezzacello? Where are we right now, Amaya?
We're on Mezzacello.
Where is it? These people around the world want to know where it is.
In Columbus.
Where in Columbus? Are we in the suburbs?
No.
We're in downtown Columbus. That hum you hear behind us is our main street, Broad Street, 8 lanes of traffic. And I built all of Mezzacello here on 2 vacant lots of land. And I'll be talking about this later at 7, but 7 Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours, actually an hour and a half from now. But I wanted a place for kids to become people and to figure out what they want to do with the world. We lose our.
Did you lose them? That's what I was wondering. They went away. Didn't want to interrupt you, but they went away.
They did go away. Amaya, what happened?
What went away? Nothing went away.
Oh,
Oh.
good. We can't
Can
see
you-
you anymore.
We can't see you.
Oh, we see you, and that's all that's important.
All
Can
right,
you
hold
still
on.
see the screen?
No,
Yeah,
I took it off because the
Okay.
screen's not important.
Well,
People
you
are
can tell
important.
us that. All of us are panicking here. It's like, oh
Yeah.
no.
We thought we got off the meeting. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, so it's an urban farm, and I raise 11 different species here, including humans. I raise chickens, ducks, rabbits, quail, koi, catfish, crickets, mealworms, and humans. And all of them are integrated into 10 enclosed, interrelated ecosystems that all feed into each other. And that is what really Amaya's genius is. She's a systems engineer, even though she doesn't realize it yet. Is that what you want to do? What do you want to do?
I want to be an engineer.
I thought so. Jake, she has the mind of an engineer. Jake's an engineer. So, but she thinks about things the same way I do. I don't draw boxes around them. I draw cubes with intake and outtake valves. And then I create things that say, this is enough, this is too much. And we create pressure valves and the machine runs itself. Generally speaking, that wagon that Aria was carrying, I bring in that amount of material every 5 months. Because by then, UV radiation, nature, water, and the traffic, carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, break it down. And I can't recreate the cellulose from trees. I can't recreate alfalfa. Those things need to be brought in, but the rest of it I can recreate. And all of the growing medium here at Mezzacello is literally compost, biomaterials that I manufacture on site, and soil that I regulate. I dig up, treat, mix in some gypsum and drywall and other various minerals, and we put it back into the gardens. And then we use data, lots and lots of data, to determine what we're going to do with it. And one of the things that we did this year is we created 3 power stations, R2D2, BB8, and C3PO, that are 100 amp hour, 12 volt iron potassium batteries, phosphorus batteries, that have a limited amount of charge on them, that are all charged from the wind turbines that are powered by Coda buses, which is our bus transport system here in the city, and traffic on Broad Street, which is almost always consistently busy. And those turn those turbines, and that's enough to charge every one of those batteries up every day. And what we teach kids here is that nature has limits. Humanity and economics do not. That's a fool's errand, but nature does. And they have to learn those limits. And Amaya's job was to be the sheriff, and she was great at it. Not only was she the sheriff, she was the DA and she was the mayor. And more importantly, I had time to do other things because I learned you can trust young people. Teach them to be humans, understand that their genius has no age limit or gender, and believe in them. And then believe in yourself and step back and let it happen. It's most important to not show fear. Don't show the farm fear. Let it be. If anything goes wrong, great, because mistakes are data, right? We use them and we make the world a better place with data. So that's my farm, mezzacello.org. It was on my last slide. If you want to know more, everything I do here is open source. I'm a nonprofit. Everything I do here is open source. The whole world is welcome to go there and donate, but welcome to go there. And your donations go into funds that create programs for Amaya and people like Amaya and all of the other 4 interns, Aria, Summer, Michaela, and Samuel, to become better leaders. And more importantly, to become better people who will create better leaders, who will change the tomorrow that we actually need to change now. So that's our presentation. Yeah, anything you want to add?
Not really.
What was the worst thing that happened in your 4 camps here that you really hated?
Well, just people not trying. Like, I know they have the potential to do those things,
That camp of 12
but they
boys in
don't
bioengineering?
care enough to do it. Like,
Oh, I remember that.
they just drifted off and did whatever they felt like. That
And
was
you
very
didn't feel like you
frustrating.
had the authority to say that's not acceptable. You have a team that's relying on you.
I did try, but none of them really, like, when they don't trust me, I tell them exactly what Jim tells them like 2 minutes later, and they don't listen to me, but they listen to Jim.
But I have one secret weapon in that I'm an adult and they don't know that I'm basically the same as Amaya. I just have more years. My odometer is longer, but I can make them do push-ups. And you remember the 2 that said, we would rather do push-ups than do this. Oh my God. Oh, don't say that. Oh my goodness. You've never seen 2 boys clean out a chicken coop faster. You want to do that? You're not doing push-ups. You are cleaning out a chicken coop. That's what you get for not trusting and listening to Amaya, who is my trusted agent, the mayor. And 2, for being lazy. Laziness is a crime in a world that needs changed, in my opinion. That is my opinion. Not Amaya's opinion, my opinion. But I think Amaya agrees. It was rough. Any other questions? Sorry, I went on too long.
Hey, Jim and Amaya, it's very impressive. I really like the fact that through the activities and the camps that you're doing, right? How naturally it's bringing the leadership skills that are, like you said, every kid has it. Every kid has that genius in them, but giving them that environment to flourish, right? And giving them that opportunity, hey, to show what you got. And sometimes we have to extract them and pull it out of them. And once it's out, there is no limit to it, means what they can and cannot do.
That's
So
a
I
very
think
good point.
what you guys are bringing and getting that environment out there, I think that's huge. And one more thing I want to quickly point out is, Amaya, like you said, right? When there were folks that you would ask them to do something, they would not listen. The moment Jim says, they would listen, right? Unfortunately, that's the real world. Means whether it's a kid or whether it's a grown up, you will face that all the time. But the point is that you cannot get rid of it. But the point is, by doing what are the activities you are doing and the things you are learning, you will understand and learn how to navigate through those challenges, because you cannot change people, but at least you know how to handle those situations when they come. So, oh, I love it. Miss, I can really relate to so many things in my mind right now, what you guys presented. So awesome. I love it.
Well, I'm super happy to hear that. We both of us put a lot of energy into this camp and this presentation, and many of these ideas are right from Amaya's mouth onto my Mac. I can't stress enough how important it is that we need to start empowering and what is the word I want? It's activating that quality in our youth to say, we cannot wait to be leaders any longer. We cannot wait. It needs to start happening now. Because if we wait until we're given permission, the likelihood that we are going to be given permission is almost nil. Because there's one thing that humanity hates more than anything else is change. And change is all we need. So I thank you for responding to that message from us. That's what we need more of. Qualified, quantified change that matters and is replicable.
And one just a note of appreciation to you, Jim, especially, right? Means we see you're starting a camp, training all these folks, but I can absolutely see how much behind the scene work that you had to do to even get to this level, to be in the position to start training these folks, giving this environment. So lot and lots of kudos to you. It's like,
Thank you.
it takes a lot of work and effort, planning and time and resources. Absolutely. So thank you.
I appreciate that. That means a lot to me. It does make it a lot easier for this being my passion. I really do believe we cannot ignore 2/3 of the world's population because they aren't old enough. I think that is foolish. We need to listen.
So yeah, I completely agree with you both, and I think what you guys are doing is so important. So I just wanted to say congratulations for everything that you're doing, because you guys really are making a difference and a change. And yeah, congratulations for everything you've accomplished.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Jake, I see you have someone else coming on. So
Well,
there
we
any
we
last
do,
thoughts?
but we still have another minute or two. And so I have a question. Jim, you said everything you have is open source. If somebody is interested in creating a camp sort of like yours, can they contact you? Will you help them?
I will. I will. There's a contact form on mezzacello.org, where I would prefer that they do it that way, because then I can record the data and I don't have to be a data server. Because if they send me an email, I have to go through the email. Contact me through mezzacello.org. It's called Connect. Click on Connect. There it is. Also, if you're interested in hiring Amaya, in 4 years, she'll be hireable. But until then, she can be a consultant, and she's killer. And she's got a killer resume. So,
Uh,
We'll keep an eye, Amaya, for sure.
indeed.
Amaya, so can you spend a minute and tell people why they might want to hire you? What can you do for them as a consultant?
I love you. I'm sorry, babe.
I can help like teach other kids and other people, and I can help like come up with ideas that I think people my age would like, because I am my age.
There it is.
So Amaya, I'm going to give you a challenge, okay? At the next gift, I want you to give a presentation about the Amaya Consulting Company. And what you, and I'm serious, and what services you can provide to parents or teachers or just anybody who wants to work with students. What can you do to help them and support them?
For that challenge? Okay. Yeah. Mom says yeah. I will help you like you helped me. We'll work together.
And
Excellent.
Amaya, just one thought came across my mind, and I talk to my kids do the same thing, right? Means you, in some cases, you got this opportunity to work with Jim, be a part of this camp, be a part of these other students, right? And you being a student and a kid right now, and you're already going through the process, learning this leadership skills, go all out, do all you can. The advantage that you have right now is, if you fail, that is not considered as failing. That's an opportunity to learn. Oh, this is, these are the areas I can improve. So means there is no option of failing here. Either opportunity to improve or you are really excelling. And I would guarantee it, most of the grown-ups and adults will not agree. So many kids are so good leaders, way better than so many grown-ups. But yeah, means the grown-ups cannot digest that fact. But you are already way ahead of so many people. So just go all out. You're
Thank you.
really doing good.
You are. I
Thank you.
agree. Oh, you're so shy. All right. Well, we're out of time here, kids. So thank you, Jake. Thank you, all of you, for everything. And this was a lot of fun to put together. I've been teasing Jake about this for probably 18 months. And when I said it to Amaya, she goes, yeah, let's do it. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And we just did, because we're not afraid of failure. And we believe that failure is part of the human condition. And we need to embrace it, use it, and to your point, make it part of making us better. So,
Right.
thank you.
Thank you, guys. I hope
Thank
to see
you,
you next-
Amaya. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that went well.
And Amaya, if you decide you want to change partners, I'm available. So.
Quit trying to skim my members. He's not mine, but I definitely want to help her first.
Okay, okay.
All right. Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Thank you
you.
to the world, and hello to YouTube. All right, Jake, you will step us down, yes?
I will do that with some difficulty, but I will do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.